Derivatives trading involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results.
So stressful. When the world's on fire. Good God. I can't look at this, guys. Like, my strategy is you buy it and you hope that you got a good spot. Yeah, but we all think you're crazy. You don't fight this. No way. The markets are freaking out and you don't think that anything is wrong? Come back tomorrow and I'll lose it all. Should be fun. Good morning, everybody. It is the 29th debate day. That's what we got. Tuesday. 7 o'clock Eastern time. Let's go to the charts. Okay, so yesterday in the E-mini, I had a pretty good move up in the overnight. It was really a very choppy in the day session. A lot of algo hunting, very frustrating for me. Still closed the day higher. It was a relatively modest day. In the overnight, they tried to extend it, but kind of fell flat. Now bouncing. They may try to push up again. I don't know. Let's look at everything else here in the treasuries. Treasuries, higher. By the way, I still have that one on. The market maker over there is like, wait, no, he's still long. Why? He's supposed to quit. Yeah, fuck you. Okay, oil just not going anywhere. I'm hearing a lot of people saying, oh, like, all of the oil guys, when I read my morning thing, there's always some government official out there trying to cheerlead the price of oil. But for now, it's not up. It's just sideways. Gold did recover a little bit yesterday. They're trying to pull it out. They're trying to roll it over. We'll see. Kappa down in the overnight. So, things, Europe session, Asian session, looking a little bearish. Now, for us, oh, you know what? I don't have my dollar index on here. I need to add it. Because I did a little reorganizing of where everything was. Okay. So we are down a little bit. We're up at 94.5, and now we're at 94. So we come down about a half. Yesterday it came down a little bit more. Overnight, kind of a little bit. So we'll see if the dollar plays any role or not. It kind of hasn't been, so. There we go. We still need to do something with this space right here. Guess I could put a, well, I don't know. I wish I could make a synthetic dollar dom. That would be cool. Who's always first? You're not always first, but you're first today. Okay, for news, we're getting some good trades balance numbers here in about 4 minutes. And then we got Redbook, Case-Shiller Home Price Index, Consumer confidence at 10 o'clock Eastern time, important number. These nerds can't get over yourself, dude. Sunday Driver says, on a phone, those screens are impossible to see. Yeah, probably. But you can still see my beautiful face and hear my beautiful voice, right? Put something super cool right here. Another Dom. Probably could fit one, a really small one there. We could put the NASDAQ back there. I honestly, I kind of found the NASDAQ to be a little irritating. Irritating is probably the best I can put it. So now that they know I'm in, they're going to try and squeeze me. Not today. In fact, I think I could go all the way up to 24. Do you think Trump will lose in a major technical landslide? Well, probably too early for me to make too strong of a prediction. Debate's going to be a really important data point, right? I suspect though. I tell you what, the Democrats are running the full court. How do I? What's the correct word, man? Um, I they're trying to discourage you. They're basically engineering all of the media to make anybody conservative feel down. They try and discourage you because then you're less likely to go out and vote. They're like the full press on right now. But I don't think that Donald Trump will. Sorry, I don't think that Joe Biden will do as poorly as many people think. Will say he's been strong on the debate stage in the past. So yeah. Get rid of the size filter here. I'm not really seeing any orders go through. Oh, you know what? That's why, because we didn't change the platform. There we go. Okay, so trades balance negative 82.94 billion versus a previous reading of negative 79.32 billion. Doesn't look like it's really affecting things very much. Think Dems will cheat and win. Well, that's the other thing is that there was a lot of stuff yesterday. But like I said, this is all kind of part of the game that they play with you, right? Republicans want you to be thinking, oh, the Democrats are cheating. We need to do something about it. And the Democrats are want you to think, might as well not go out there because they're gonna cheat and win anyways. You gotta just ignore that shit. If you can't watch the news and not care, then don't watch the news. the best I can put it. Yeah, so Sunday you told me there wasn't going to be a debate in the first place. So I'm honestly I'm just not interested in unsupported you know, alarmist conclusions. Don't let your anxious mind get the best of you, dude. Now, meanwhile, over here in the E-mini, we are getting a pretty good upturn here for the past 15 minutes or so, but it's quite messy. Really looks to me like algos are in stop hunt mode again. Liquidity is fairly light over there, but it's looking good in the treasuries. Yes, you did. Man, I had so many people, especially like on the Donald, where it's like, yeah, they're not even gonna have a debate. So a lot of people still saying they're still saying that. Actually, they think that they're gonna cancel it at the last minute, which I think is funny. Well, this is where I'm saying like these are predictions that are not premised on facts. These are predictions that are premised on your worst fears and feelings, right? We have absolutely no reason to think that they would cancel other debates. They've set up a presidential commission to have what, 3 and a vice presidential debate, and in all likelihood, they're gonna have all of them. But the thing that's going to be interesting about it is one is going to be how much Donald Trump can really actually hit Biden, because Biden has a lot of vulnerabilities that the American public isn't really being exposed to a lot. We saw that in the Democrat debate, right? Like Kamala Harris came out and just obliterated him. And but then the other thing is going to be when Joe Biden doesn't have a stroke on stage, you know, because the media is going to try and play it as they left Joe Biden with weak expectations, and so he outperformed because of that. Because there wasn't like one moment that absolutely destroyed Joe Biden. That means Joe Biden's going. That's what they're going to try and play it as. That's the way that they tried to play it when it was Donald Trump and Hillary. But neither of them is a slouch. I mean, here's the thing: Joe Biden, we've seen him on the debate stage quite a bit. He wasn't bad. I don't think that he was as good as Hillary. I don't think he was as good as Hillary. But he's not a slouch. But Donald Trump is like amazing. And if he's top form tonight, it could be very interesting. We'll see. Another thing is, like we were talking about yesterday, how much is some of these other stories going to be in it? Like, is the tax return issue going to be a significant factor of the, you know? I personally don't think that that's all that fertile of ground for Joe Biden. The problem, yeah, I was doing this with guys on TikTok, and I think it's funny because it's like, you guys realize that this tax issue thing has been going for 4 years now, right? Like, we've all heard the arguments and counter arguments. Somebody's out there making an argument about it. You don't think that they know what you're going to come back and say to them? But they do it anyways. Like, they can't help themselves. And it's just funny how people expose how little they know about how these business works. Because somebody was asking me, well, okay, like you can write the losses off on your taxes, but you write them off for years and years at a time. Why do you guys think that the government allows you to write them off for up to 7 years? It's not uncommon, or they wouldn't have made a law about it. Hey, Y trader. I don't know how your name is supposed to be said, but we could say Y trader. Well, stop saying silly things. This is a serious channel. This is just awful action in the E-mini right now, guys. I'll zoom in here, man. Zoom in here a little bit. Like, okay, so you could have gotten 8 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just barely, though. Trump is probably the cleanest billionaire on earth. I expected something, anything, but he has nothing no matter how deep they look. Well, the thing I find really funny this morning. So when I looked on Reddit, the top story at the moment, at least, it doesn't look like a story that's going to go very far. But it was basically like, Donald Trump is scamming us all. Like, no, like his tax returns there's nothing in them. Like the New York Times had all this time to look at it, and they couldn't find anything illegal in there. Essentially, they complain about consulting fees, but like you can do that. You can do that, and you should do that for business. It's the way that those things work. I just, there's not anything there, so now they're inventing stuff. They're inventing stuff. Now, at the same time, I don't know. Like, here's the thing. New York Times is going to time that to have the greatest impact, and that's why they want to drop it the day before the debate, because then there's a really good chance about it being covered in the debate, and then everybody's going to go, "Oh, I need to go and read this New York Times story." Right? So that's what they're trying to do, okay? But the political operatives, you're a political operative and you have true dirt, you don't release it yet. You wait 3-4 weeks. That's one that you don't release until within 2 weeks of the election. If not one week, right? So well, there's the E-mini is just kind of pushing pretty relentless. Yesterday's high was at resistance. Wow. Yesterday's high was well above the stop run area. You can tell. You can see they really couldn't hold it. They really tried as hard as they could to hold that into the close, and they couldn't. It was actually 2.5 to sell, 2.5 billion to sell at the close yesterday. The market on close in balance. 41.50. I don't know, man. This is crazy slow. Well, I mean, they definitely pushed it after hours, but this is what I'm saying. Like I said in the morning notes, right? Okay, they tried to push it up, and they were getting well above, so they were all long, and then the London session came along, and all these guys just had to dump. They didn't quite get to the point where they were stopping out the longs, but so that's kind of interesting. That's why it might actually be more interesting if it goes long again, because these guys are going to be pissed. These guys right here. Well, I don't actually know where they're at. Looks like they're in from around here. I like having the tape there. I like having the tape there. Looking there, quite an interesting pullback there in the 10-year. The 30-year took a dive. 30-year really took a dive, in fact. I think it might be hard for them to hold it here, though. I don't know. I don't care. Maybe they're trying to squeeze me. They saw me in there, and you know what? I'm just gonna leave it. You can squeeze all you want. Try and NQ was irrational into the close. Well, it gotta be those options things. Gotta be still going on, don't you think? We're still seeing some of them. Like those highs come in, and it's just like panic. I really don't think it's justified. I was reading an interesting thing yesterday. I think it was on Zero Hedge, and they were saying inflation is already here. Well, when you actually got into it, the thing that was interesting about it was that they were showing that there was inflation in a number of commodities. But basically, what had happened was people's money had shifted, so they're spending less money on things like eating out at lunch at work. And they're spending more money on computer equipment for their house. So you're kind of seeing inflation in the places that people want things and deflation in the places that people don't want things. So it kind of all evens out in their indexes and the things that they look at to watch inflation. But it's kind of an interesting thing like that. So you get this situation, I think, where those that really believe in the inflation narrative, they're able to find things that reinforce their opinion. Know what I mean? Yeah, they're spending less money on pants and they're buying more pajamas. Yeah, exactly. My phone battery is freaking out. Yeah, I don't recommend phones. I don't recommend Apple anything though. Ugh. Seasonal and demand inflation, exactly. Which is likely transitory, right? I think if you asked the Federal Reserve about it, they would say, "Well, those things, those inflation we believe is transitory." The word they used last time. You're right. But it gives you enough if you really believe in the inflation narrative. It gives you enough to say, hey, we're getting inflation, but you need to buy all of the stocks. Oh.
Uzi Knesset says, well, fuck me. I had a sweet Q position on an offer at 06 in ZB and just got back in from letting the dogs out to a no-fill confused face.
What was special about 06? I don't know. It hasn't really moved a lot, though. It's a lot. As a lot more is traded at 29 than anywhere else, but I don't know. I really can't explain why the Treasury moves the way that it does these days. I know that if I put orders in on a certain range and held it long enough that I would make, a few ticks, but I'm not really getting good directional moves in it. But I mean, the E-mini is doing the same thing. Okay, so here's another one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That one would have worked. Oh, we need to turn this on. Yesterday was slow low volume day. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of one of those days where you get your thing and then just get out. So I was able to get like 2 good winners yesterday, and there was runners that I let run and didn't take the profits on. So, and today Unless we get to consumer spending, I think that's probably going to be a similar sort of a thing like that.
Uzi Knesset says pull up Vista chart, set interval to 60 seconds and look at 07. I wanted to take a shot at getting in ahead of 07.
I don't know if it'll
Uzi
show it
Knesset
to me
says level
because
stuck out like a sore thumb.
No, it doesn't really stand out that much to me, but I do see. We do see that there was something there. Let's turn the interval down a little bit so we can see it in a little bit more detail. See that area. And then circle tuner. Turn down a bit. You can see it. Sticks out for me because my terminal has been running like 2 hours longer than yours. Oh, okay. Like up until that point, it was a pretty significant bid and offer. When I see those sorts of things, though, I don't know. Well, it looks like they went down and caught the buy, and then they went up and caught the sell, and then ultimately they turned down. There might be a little bit of games there, but I guess since he took the fills and everything, you can't necessarily call it manipulation, can you? Been thinking about that a lot because there's been a lot of stories about these guys getting prosecuted for spoofing, you know? I got to tell you, they're in one of the articles, and Zero Hedge has a lot of good information about this. Now, I went out and I found Credit Suisse had a really good paper about these different manipulative algorithms that they've found and how to detect them, like an academic paper about it. But they kind of admit the main problem here, which is that you're trading against an algorithm and you don't know it, right? Like if you knew that big bid was completely there from an algo firm that is known for spoofing, then you wouldn't trade it, right? Whereas if you knew that it was put there by the sovereign wealth fund of China, then that would be more significant to you, right? And in the pit, you could know those things. I really think that's why they were so, they loved to get out of the pit, because a big firm has an advantage there. If we can't see who we're trading with, we have an advantage, because the disadvantage that they have is that they're big, and if they do something, everybody will notice. You know? So everybody's saying, oh, we need to get rid of the high frequency trading firms. Let's tax them. Taxing them doesn't get rid of it. Taxing basically says, okay, we accept that you can do this. You just have to pay the government to be able to continue doing it. No. You want to stop it. So here's how you stop it. Let us see who we're trading with. I think it's that simple. Oh yeah, it really stands out for you. Your chart looks a little better than mine. There are some things about that look a little better than mine. What is that? Why is that? You're definitely using Jigsaw there. Oh, you have a really weird DOM. Is it because he's using transparency? I don't know. He's also got it a little bigger there, right? he's got it a little bigger and he's zoomed in on him a bit more so that you can see it like that, right? We'll do it so that then you can get in. I think that's probably one of the big reasons. And then he doesn't really have the depth tuner tuned. It definitely stands out. This area down here is standing out too, though. They're kind of bouncing it all over the place here, aren't they? I think I may have messed up your color scheme intervals at 60 seconds. Width is at 6. Well, let's try it like yours. I don't think it will really make a huge difference, but for treasury, 60 seconds definitely makes sense. Depth at 1 and scope at 10, yeah. Taxing would get rid of it. Large buy-side firms will always be able to route through third parties. I don't think it would. I mean, if you got a real problem where if like transactional taxes kill all of the algo firms, and what are you going to do for liquidity? Humans are going to trade that? Because then you have a situation where the algos don't really provide liquidity because they don't make money, but the humans don't provide liquidity either because there's still enough algo to hunt them and take everything, you know? Nah. I mean, the whole thing is if you tax it and then nobody does it, then you don't make anything from the tax, right? So if you tax something like that, you're not thinking that you're going to get rid of it. And I really don't think that it would get rid of it. It might cause them to adjust their strategies, though. Well, there's a little bit there at 24, isn't there? We're kind of at a potential bounce area, so I don't know if they're really going to bounce or not. The thing is that in the 30-year and the 5-year, they're kind of at the spot where they're likely to bounce, right? In the 10-year, they're not. In the 10-year, they're like right smack dab in the middle. But it looks to me like in the 10-year, you had like a bunch of profit taking in there, and the range really consolidated. So, man. Yeah, I haven't had these depth charts up for the treasuries in a long time. This one volume is not really all that useful. Frankly, these flip charts and depth charts aren't really. I don't find them all that useful either. I usually have them off and I just have it like this, and then I can really. Okay, cool. Now you can really see that there was definitely some messing around there. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. He's talking about this thing down here. I really wish. Well, I'm doing it with my DOM. Actually, what did I do with that? I'm gonna close this one because watching it with the ZB is gonna be a bit too much of a distraction. Oh yeah, it's this one right here. Cool. Oh, and I do have it. Yes. Yeah, I have like my histograms here in the E-mini, which I'm finding to be really useful. Okay, so especially if the minimum resting orders and the maximum resting orders are on opposite sides, that's kind of a weird situation. Largest orders is really the one that I think matters the most. And I'm also tracking level 2 changes. So I can kind of tell. You can kind of tell from a statistical point of view when they're trying to quote stuff. Um, but what I really need is a depth map, right? Because I want to see which level is having the most order modifications at. You know, like let's ignore the first two levels or something like that. Which one is actually being changed the most? I would suspect that if we were to do that on the E-mini, right, and we were to look at it right now, that you would probably get bans like this, where everybody is getting in and placing limit orders to take it to it. You know what I mean? Okay, let's see here. We are about to get the home price number here. Could affect us in the treasuries. I'm not gonna I'm not going to like slam down anybody or anything, but I'm definitely I have kind of have to choose which things to comment on and which things not to, and I feel like we need to get more serious. So okay, 3.9% versus the forecast of 3.8, so it's good. Good, but not huge change. Oh, we should pull up Twitter here. Large turnout at memorial for Hans Gruber, who was thrown from a building by a police officer. Oh my gosh. Babylon B is they're so good sometimes. Whenever it was the freaking the Onion, oh, it was always irritating to me. Though their stories were always irritating. They were always like it was all designed to clickbait you, and I just didn't find the things that they were saying ever funny. But the Babylon Bee I find hilarious usually. Patrick Rooney has been doing Periscope Live quite a bit lately. Oh, do we have the link here now? Cool. Jigsaw is doing a webinar called Targets: Why They Hurt Your Trading. And yeah, why do they want my phone number? I'm not gonna give you my phone number. Yeah, I don't know what they're going to say, but there's one thing is that it seems to me that when you put orders out there, that the market absolutely watches, especially if you have a good edge. And so putting your order out there immediately is not necessarily a good thing. So that everybody can see it, You don't want that. By the way, YouTube has new features. We should look at this new feature. Ooh, you can add a stream marker. Oh, that's cool. Can you guys add stream markers? That would be cool. So what happens if I add a stream marker? Markers appear in the video editor after your stream. Oh, okay. And if I click this create highlight video, Ooh, cool. Create a highlight. And then what happens?
Uzi Knesset says if you go long and put an offer on the book as a target, it adds to the sell pressure image that other participants are constructing in their analysis.
Yeah, exactly. Of course, they can also see that you went long, right? And I suspect that because they can tell that whether your order is a, if it's a market order or, what kind of an order it is, there's that other, So knowing that they can tell whether your market order is really a market order or a stop order, that's a little scary to me, right? Because I can go in and I can take the edge and they say, oh, okay, X people tried to buy the edge, so let's move it against them because that's an easy tick. And since it doesn't take a whole lot to shake them out, like honestly, when you get into a situation like that, like I've always said, I have to think about it like everybody's watching and they're out to get me. Okay. But the reality is that that can totally be the case. And so you better have something really strong. If it's just this random pattern that you found and the market maker has the ability to make it move a tick against you and kick you out, they're going to do it. Right. Which means that we really have to think more about having like real reasons to be getting in. We don't spoof JP Morgan spoofs. Yeah. Well, the thing is that was just the metal markets though. We've seen it in the treasury markets and I hadn't heard anybody. I'm waiting for them to go in and say, okay, these guys are being prosecuted for spoofing in the treasury markets. And here's a day when they were spoofing. And we're going to go back and watch the video and see that I lost money and sue them. That's what I'm waiting for. Yeah, it did move down, didn't it? Well, there's some heavy spread going in here, right? They're flattening like hardcore. Hold on. Let's you know what? I think I need to make a change in my spread indicators, but let's see here. So we'll do 5 to 2. Oh, front leg should be ZN 5, back leg ZB 2. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I am seeing some spreading this morning, but it looks like mostly a mean reversion. Do you see? So there's kind of this line here and there's kind of this line here. And so it looks like they're trying to mean revert. And in this case, they did it by buying the 30 because the 10-year didn't really go anywhere. Or yeah, is that correct? No, wait, why did it do that? I don't understand, actually. I'm a little confused. Shouldn't it be the back? If ZB went down and ZN went up, shouldn't that? Oh, that is, yeah, shouldn't that be? No, that would be steepening. Steepening. Yeah, so okay, so they did it by selling the 30. buying the 10, selling the 30. But it could be from the overall. I guess the thing is what do you think the outrights are going to do? Do we think that the 10-year is going to move back down to 139, 21, 20? And then they would try and push the 30-year even more? Or is it, or do the treasuries just want to sit here?
Uzi Knesset says sellers look like they're trying to offer down ahead of 77 evens. Try in a cap that small range. Uzi Knesset says I could bid ahead of 28, more risky, or wait for 24 25ths, less risk, more reward.
Yep. But I guess my point was just, it looks like the reason that 30-year is moving in particular is because of the spread right now. Just sharing what I'm thinking. Yeah. I'm thinking, though, that, like, well, what are the chances? I mean, you're looking to buy it, right? What I'm concerned about is that this turns into a bear steepener. And so all of these move down. All of these move down because we're relatively high in the range. You go back over to here. Okay. So we're here. Oh, let's do it in the 10-year. I want to look at the 10-year because it's in the middle. Okay. So you see where the 10-year is? So if the outrights decide that they need to balance back into, this area right here, then the 30-year is probably going to move a lot more than that.
Uzi Knesset says for now. I mean, if 28 collapses and the sellers get a big ol' harden, I might change my mind on a bid.
Gotcha. Well, the hard thing is that I can't explain why it's moving the way that it is. I suppose that for the spread to be moving the way that it is on mean reversion makes sense, but yeah, and another thing that I want to point out is that the liquidity is like really good in the treasuries right now. So waiting is the annoying part, yeah. I'm wondering, like, is this just because they got the money and they want to be involved and they want to make markets over here, or is it because they're trying to do something? Because yesterday it didn't really. I don't know. There was this big order up here and there was all that stuff, and they ended up getting filled and moving on. And I don't know. And you're getting this, like, there's 5K there. There's almost 4. There's 3.6K there at 03 in the 5-year. There's actually quite a bit of volume trading over there. So I suppose that they could try and bid it if they want to sell the equities, because the equities have been in a bit of a downtrend and there could be more. They're even, but that means that on the open they could try selling it. I guess the dollar is kind of poised to spring higher, but I overall it looks like a downtrend. There's no reason for me to believe that it's going to do that.
Winston's mom says, another thing I want to point out, good point. May I point out the like button? Please take a quick second to hit the like button and speculators its points go up on his channel. Thank you.
Mm.
Vlad Stolyarov says I found like button. Winston's mom says thank you, Vlad Stolyarov. This really does help the channel numbers and YouTube gives street cred to speculators its analyticals.
Thank you. I wish that they had like a flag button. Like, so on my interface over here, I got this thing where I can say add stream marker. So then I can go back and edit a video. I think I can. Hold on, let's see if I can pull it up. Anyways, so we can add those tags right into YouTube, and then YouTube can help us make the highlights. That'd be use. It would if you guys could do it, that'd be so much more useful. Oh, hey, maybe the API lets you do it. API and stream marker. Let's research. We're not doing anything else. Yeah, I wish making highlights, right?
Winston's mom says, clip, I wish. Making highlights.
Yeah. Because the issue with our system is that I still have to go in and into the video and like find those, which is a lot of work. Whereas in YouTube, it's like it's right there. API Explorer, API reference. There we go. Marker. There's got to be a way to do it. I bet you there is. Marker. Live. These all changed recently too. Transition. Aha. Oh, no, wait. A live cue point. A resource starts an ad break in the broadcast video stream. Huh. That might be it. Look at that. Bid is getting stronger. This would be like layering, but I've been seeing that these have been getting executed, so I suppose we can say that it's legit. 48, 49.80. I mean, if that comes down, well, okay. Let's just watch right here. I'll mark it. So if we come back to 21.5 and they don't trade 7K, then we're going to the SCZ. Mm-hmm. I don't know if those are cue points or what. It says starts an ad break in the broadcast video stream. I don't know. Because I don't think that I can just come in here and like start a.
Uzi Knesset says it's looking like the riskier play might turn out to have been worth it, haha.
Yeah. Well, just from the position of the 30-year, I think that it made a lot of sense. But then this showed up in the 10-year, right? But it's not over. I mean, you see something like that. There's one of two things happens. One is they hit into 22 half and he moves up, and then it just keeps going, and you get a real trend. The other option is that this goes offer again. Okay, so it's going offer. He pulls. It trades down. Only 1,000 lots take it, right? And then that is a spoof. So you see, he canceled his orders there. Turned back down. They canceled their orders. Now you kind of have to ask, did they ever actually intend those orders to get executed?
Uzi Knesset says I envisioned a scenario of going long at 30 and all those bids pulling lol.
Okay. So that goes bid again. That's good. And they can get over 1,500. 200, 2,000. Okay, cool. Yeah, right? 3,000 is a lot to pull. It's super sketch, isn't it? Let's see if they tick up 25 half. Okay, they're trying. They do. Okay, maybe I'm good. It's a lot to pull though, isn't it? Oh well, look, he moved it up. He did move it up. Cool. We're good. We're good. He moved it up. He pulled it. He pulled it thinking, I don't know. Here's how I think that. Here's what would happen if I was the guy doing that. If I was the guy doing that, I would have my big old fatty bid there at 21 half. And then this goes offer again. And I'm thinking, oh crap. Like maybe there's too much supply there. It's going to come down. So I pull my bid because I don't want to be part of the bid that's holding it up. I want to get filled, but I want to let it come into me. And so I pull my bid so that liquidity is not there anymore. And then they tick up and I'm like, oh shit. Like I could have been getting in at 22 and now it's past. And so I move it up there at 22 and now I'm just chasing. That's what would happen to me. But maybe this guy is trying to push us up and he's got offers up in here. Yeah, like Uzi's saying.
Uzi Knesset says he's probably got offers up there a little higher.
I don't see any unusual liquidity up there, but possible. So you can add a Q type, but it's really there for the ad stuff. Well, this live queue points is a new thing in the API. I think I'm gonna have to ask them.
Uzi Knesset says welp, missed the boat there. That little range did look good as it thickened up, but I jinxed myself out of it thinking they'd pull to bait it lower.
Well, no way at the time that we could have really known what was gonna happen now.
Vlad Stolyarov says Top Step said lots of open interest came out of NQ, so confirming that probably many were short and covered.
Are they just talking about the commitment of traders report that's released on Friday though? Because like that just means that 2 weeks ago, a lot of people got out of NQ, no doubt. I'm gonna ask a question on Stack Overflow about this. In the new YouTube control center for live streaming, there is an option to leave markers that you can then go. You can I guess I should check what the editor thing looks like. Let's look at yesterday's editor. So then if I come in here and I say here, well, no, what's this? Oh, it says ad break, place automatically. It says blur in screen. Seems like it has some work to do.
RJ Wheels says Uzi. Want to recognize funny you made. RJ Wheels says the irrelevant comment. Uzi Knesset says slightly smiling face.
Well, let's not get down on him. I don't want him to feel bad. Because he has been, we have had fun. But let's just think about what would help the stream and the other people in the stream the most at the moment, and not just, what feels good. You know what I mean? uh, okay, so you think they're gonna break that high? I mean, they're not putting a lot of offers up there at 23.5. I don't know, but they're not going for it. They're gonna need the 5 year is gonna have to come along, and look, the 5 year is trading a lot. Look, there's got to be some guys long in the 5 year and taking profits there, because they're running into stops here now. Yeah, you're right. You're good out, Uzi. You're really masterful at this. You're a better people person than I am, I think. I don't know how to. Huh. So when I added a marker, will it come back? Will it try and put an ad break there? And then I would know. So we'll know at the end of this stream. But then it's also like, it also says that, because I also have another button in here that's like, create highlight video. Okay, cool. From here to here. Or from here to here. So I can go in and I can put it in. But then I don't know. We need to find like a really good moment in the stream to be like, let's make a highlight out of that.
Uzi Knesset says your target on CN is solid. Me being the paranoid douche I am, I'd try to get out at 245 instead lol.
So I only put that there because it was 8 ticks. I'm a little surprised that there's 5405 on it now. Okay, look at the E-mini is all chippy choppy. So let's change this so that we can. Let's filter things to at least 10. I want to see at least 10 lots in here. Cool. See, it really bothers me when I see like this cluster of magenta here. Oh, actually, that was all at one price. But so like this one, three prices. It only took 10 lots to push through it. Like, what the heck, right? Hmm. Okay, well, so far, the open has been really bearish. I could take a swing here. I'm gonna take a real swing. So Igor is very much going long here. Given what the Treasury has done this morning, I kind of have to wonder about the E-mini, to be honest with you. But the way the euro is positioned, really? So did you see that they got to the open? They were actually kind of ticking into the high, and then they fell back down. I wonder short if this whole thing fails. Airlines opening bearish. Okay. The baby is awake. They're playing with him. Okay. I think we're early, so. Yeah, they're just really struggling to push it there. It's a little unusual. Oil's taking a hit. Oh, good observation. Good catch. What hit oil there? There must have been some news that I missed. Oh, he's unhappy now. Hmm. Okay, well, there's this order at 40 here. I feel like that these bids were like it's almost a 7K now. Like they were way too willing to pay up for it. I'm not so sure that they would necessarily be doing that if they really thought that this was going to go, you know? They would have just hit it. Cuz why would you be willing to put 7K out there unless for 3 ticks? That doesn't make a lot of sense. So you must need to hedge something really badly, which means that it's short-term demand. Guess it's buy-side supply, but really it's acting as demand. That is just incredibly weak action in the S&P right now. I think that they're probably going to push up a little bit more. But it's incredibly weak right now. There you go, 33.44. Could actually, well, there's a little bit of a vacuum here, but okay, 10K at 23.5. It goes bid. 10K in the 5-year, in fact. Oh, the 5-year's going, is it? Jeez. Well, that one was dumb. They must have been waiting for me to do it. Look at that. Yeah, and as soon as I take it, then it stops. So funny. Har, har, har. Gonna go for another one. Don't get chopped. Yeah, I'm getting chopped like crazy here. I'm gonna look at this. The way the treasuries are staying bid.
Uzi Knesset says big orders on the inside always make me think they're hoping for front running to move the price in their preferred direction, but if it doesn't happen, they pull.
But that would be layering and is illegal. No?
RJ Wheel says this feels more like a Monday.
It does. I agree. Okay, so they touched in 36, but there's still quite a bit below them that they're gonna have to go through in order for this to really turn into something. Okay, well, so close. illegal, quote unquote. Well, they've been prosecuting it. I don't know. I really don't think that's layering. I really don't think that's layering. I could be wrong, but so let me show you something over here. Zoop, zoop, zoop. They're all very strongly bid. And note, by the way, down in here, this hasn't really changed since that happened. So I think that this bid up so far has been probably anticipating equity weakness. The problem with that theory, though, is that the equities haven't really pushed to a spot where I'm like really bearish yet. I'm really just trying to kind of gambling and trying to catch some momentum here, and you can see that it's not working out at all. As soon as I get into a position, they change. It's like it knows I'm putting the orders in or something. I don't know. I sit here and I watch this and I'm like, how can it be? How can it be that person? Because I don't feel like I'm even necessarily watching for signals or anything. I guess in some when I'm flipping around, yeah, I'm likely to get a bad spot anyways because of that. But other than that, I'm not trying to pick a price that's special, you know? Ooh, this is definitely got some signs of like market makers getting caught up in stuff like because it's not running. If it's just market makers, though, I think that as of recently, whenever that happens, that the buyers win in the end, right? Yep. Hmm. So let's take this one here. Yeah, I should have got. I could have gotten out at 24 half, couldn't I? was not paying close enough attention over to that one. I was more concerned about this. Okay, cool. I think 24 is fine. Because overall, it was a good catch. And honestly, this is the one. So here's the question now: is like, are they going to come back to 22 and then go higher, or is it just going to reverse and that's the day? You know, uh, for them to push up higher from here. Like the thing is when we look at where we're at on the volume profile and everything, you know, for us to push much higher than we are in the 10-year would be really something else, right? We've been here tight like this for a long time. So to get a strong bull move in the 10-year today would be really something else. So here what I'm doing is I'm taking the profits at the resistance stop out zone. It could continue. So if this continues, I'm going to feel really dumb, right? Not dumb, but I'll feel like I missed out. I'll feel like I missed out. We still got consumer sentiment here in 10 minutes. Yeah, it looks like maybe I could have gotten 24 half. And the problem that I have with this, like I was saying, like I had this at 25 only because that's where it was. I never really intended on getting out there. Because like what would more likely for me to happen is for me to say, oh, this is definitely going to continue going through. So I'm just going to cancel it and see. But at the moment, I don't really know if that's, I don't know. Yeah, I got to tell you, I'm getting a little excited by what I'm seeing in the 10-year here. Like it'd be super hard for the treasuries to continue up from here. But it is giving me signs that they'll do it. It is staying bid up here. There's a lot here. There's a lot up here at 28. Oh, why don't I have more levels than that? Do I never change that? So let's change that to 100. There's not really much beyond that. Below us, there's just this huge swath of liquidity down here below us. Looks like they're stuck. Like they want it to come back and fill them, and it's not.
Salim L. Weathering says, did just get a better camera?
No, I didn't. The Yoda's kind of fix Yoda there. No, I mean I repositioned the camera a little bit. I'm a little happier with where it's at. But looks nice and classy. I don't know. It's a nice camera. I need a much better lens on it, but it's a very nice camera. Yeah, this is pretty choppy. Notice how it came like right back to where I was. And like not a step further. Like how is that effing possible? I don't get it. How can it feel like it's trading against me specifically every turn? It's so crazy. Untradeable, I'm supposed to guess. Yeah. Coming back below that open again is not a good sign, right? Okay, so now they're hitting into 24 in the 10-year, and they're picking up more contracts. I don't know. I don't know, man. I thought all three of them are up in the stop out zone. Like, ugh. It's going to be really hard for the treasuries to continue up from here, but it's acting like it's going to do it. The E-mini is not acting like that's going to happen, though. The E-mini still looks pretty bullish. Well, I mean, they pivoted at 38. Pivoted, like, literally right at my entry. You know what, Salim? To be honest, I'm not all that interested in what you're saying. So you like, man. No, I'm just gonna say you'll come into the channel, you say a bunch of bullshit, you act like you know what you're talking about, and you don't know shit. And it's like really obvious to everybody sitting here listening that you've only been doing this for a month. So just shut the fuck up. Or go away. Or okay. Nah, come at me, baby. Here we go. We can just do this. Okay. No more of that. I don't put up with shit here. Like straight up. Yeah. Come on. Here's the thing. We've been doing this for like 3 years. I've banned like 3 people. And you know why that is? Because anytime that somebody comes in and starts something stupid, I don't put up with it. End of story. So fuck you. The end of that. All right. Yeah, you guys are all laughing because he was annoying y'all. I understand. I'm too nice, don't you think? Sometimes I feel like I'm too nice. I don't know. Like, because I see people and I'm like, well, they're young and maybe they just don't understand. And if we kind of try and help them out, maybe they'll improve. And then it doesn't. And then I'm just annoyed. Like, I don't know. I don't know.
Vlad Stolyarov says I get he has issue.
I don't know. I mean, I enjoy talking to him, but he's kind of overstaying his welcome. Yeah, you're right.
Uzi Knesset says it's your channel. You don't need to put up with the potatoes.
You're right. You're right. What?
Uzi
No.
Knesset says Salim is obviously the quintessential, send you an email about being a Nigerian prince who has billions of dollars waiting for you, guy. Vlad
I don't know
Stolyarov
if I
says watch if
actually have.
3,334 breaks we might short this S thing.
I don't know. Like, look, they're still fighting. And you're still seeing kind of these moves up where it's like, okay, here comes consumer confidence. I'm gonna get rid of all these. Have some fun here. I don't know. Okay, so they say his thing timed out almost exactly after 300 seconds. He posted something. So there's a Fed speaker too, and I'm not. Or no, I think that consumer confidence should push them up a little bit. No, sorry. Yeah, it was high. It's really high. I'm surprised that it's not just taking off and that they haven't already broken 33.45. Like, honestly, it's okay. We'll let it go. It's good for the consumer confidence to be higher than forecast. That means that people have more confidence in the economy and are more willing to buy stuff than we anticipated. It's really not. I mean, there's a simple solution here for Salim. You just think about what would be the thing that I could say to people right now that would add the most value, that would be the most useful thing for them. And to come in and to say, well, I'm the greatest. I Nobody gives a fuck, dude. Right? People that have a value and that people want to be around are people that can show you through their actions that they're going to make everybody around them better, right? That's why our channel, I think, has been successful because we've taken that attitude, right? Now, if somebody comes in and their presence is actually making the people around them worse, then we have to get rid of you, right? So just don't talk shit. There you go. Yeah, Vlad says it. Just don't talk shit. Because Vlad posts a lot of stuff, and I don't necessarily find it all useful, but it is real information that could be useful, and so I think he should continue to do it. Right? I am the greatest. Whatever. I get it. Like in his culture, I think that's kind of a thing, anyways. Right? Sometimes I use the chat as a notepad. No, it's fine. It's not like anybody else is saying anything. Like the thing is when we're having another conversation, that's important. You don't like interrupt it or anything. So I think you've been really good at it, Vlad, and we appreciate having you around. Okay, so we're a little bit higher, but Okay, come on. 45. 45. Okay, there you go. No stops. I think they'll keep pushing. I think they're clear to move all the way up to 33.55. Three hands in the air if he's a true player. Oh, that's fun. Okay, so I'm seeing an overnight range area from 33.48, and that I think after 48 maybe we'll see some stops. How much did I lose on that last one? Oh, 51 actually isn't bad. It's okay. At least I knew. So the thing is, this is all experimental, but at least I knew when I had something that mattered, and I went into it with confidence, huh? No need to apologize, Salim. We're on the internet. You just think about, okay, what can I say that would provide value? Okay, Fed's Bailey talking now. Man, these Fed speakers still yapping. That must be a part of why there's this slow action. Is probably some institutional guys are a little hesitant to get involved here. I'm surprised that the euro strength hasn't led to more stock strength yet, but at least you cut your losses. Wow. Yeah. Well, I mean, I've done ones where lately I've been screwing around and I've been letting it. Like when I was doing that market making thing, and I was letting it go like that. I get why he does what he does. Like in all honesty, we would probably get more views and people watching if I just never had a stop and made it look like I always win, right? Hmm. Jim Dalton pointing out that the markets that open within the heart of the previous session usually exhibit early chop. Was it really within the heart of the previous session? Oh yeah, sure. It was didn't really go very far yesterday. But you know what? I like that consumer confidence number. A number over 100 is just like, what? Kudlow out there talking now. Ooh, Mnuchin and Pelosi are going to speak about the bill today. I thought about filming myself having huge drawdowns and comebacks. It's most exciting, right?
305,790 says speak softly and carry a big stick. Famous words of Teddy R.
Yeah. I tell you, I have a moderate. See, so here's the thing. I've been doing this online shit since I was like 14. And I remember early on a lot of the forums that I visited early. And there were some places that I really, really enjoyed. And the thing that really stands out to me and has really scarred me, frankly, was seeing a lot of communities that were really great get infiltrated by trolls and then turn sour, you know? And, there's this group of people that, kind of looking back, it's interesting because I think they were kind of more of the free speech, say whatever you want, be offensive to people kind of crowd, but they were all liberal. And now they're like the exact opposite, which is really weird. But I don't know how that happened culturally, but you know, it drove me nuts. It drove me nuts, and I always felt like that you want to enforce you like when you have a community. One of the key things about a community is you have a certain culture and that you should enforce that culture because that's what people are there for, which means that you should have strong moderation. So when I've gone into moderating my own things, and I've done it with Facebook groups and here on my channel and the Discord and everything, that's the kind of the philosophy that I've taken. So yeah, speak softly and carry a big stick, meaning that if somebody comes in and they're clearly violating the protocols of the community, that's it, gone. And we've definitely done that in Discord, right? We've had a number of funny things happen in Discord, and I just goodbye, easy. People think that YouTube's content-based, YouTube is views-based, and views are just unbelievers. Well, I have found that on YouTube, if you provide people good content, that people will watch, and that the more information that you're packing in there, the better you're gonna do. The thing that's interesting about it is that it's two-sided, right? Because there's the thing which is like, what are people clicking on? But then there's what do people actually watch? So if you have really clickbaity content, you get a lot of clicks, but then they don't stick around and watch, then you don't do well. So you do have to have good content in the end. But the way that the clickbaity picture, thumbnails works on YouTube is really not helpful. Let's see here. While appropriate monetary and fiscal policies are critical to recovery, a primary determinant of the rate of recovery will be how well we manage the virus, particularly wearing masks, social distancing, and rigorously following other public health protocols. In addition, we must continue to invest in the development of widespread, rapid, and accurate testing, as well as work up our ability to do effective contact tracing, says Dallas Fed President Robert S. Kaplan. Zero has Hedge says, "Is that exciting?" I'm wondering if because there's Fed speakers that they're maybe a little hesitant to put risk on. But I believe that I can hold this. So, it's going so slow. I think I have some time to go to the bathroom. Yeah. That 24 half turned out to be this. Oh, yeah. Well, they couldn't have gotten 25, huh? They didn't hit into it, and they came back. But they could go up again. I don't know if they will. All right, I'll be right back.
Winston's mom says someone move Yoda to the microphone.
Yeah.
Uzi Knesset says well yeah, who knows? But in the moment, sweet lol.
I'd say so. The thing is that I had a position open from yesterday. I was like, well, let's just leave it on. I don't think it's gonna go anywhere. So we came back in today, and I was like, well, I'm just gonna leave it in. So I don't know how valid of an entry that was, but playing it coming up and taking it off where I did, I'm pretty happy with it. So they're awfully close to an area where I think that you should start to see some people stopping out, but it's not going yet still. JP Morgan to pay $920 million in record US spoofing case. And Forex Live responds to that. The original bid was $1 billion, but they quickly pulled it and got a fill at $920 million. Oh man, dude, freaking these guys, these squawks are the great man, the greatest. If you don't have TweetDeck up and follow like Forex Live, Zero Hedge, and all these guys, like you're missing out. And now Zero Hedge saying a similar sort of a thing. Oh yeah, I saw this too. It's like
Vlad Stolyarov says 2 women file sexual abuse complaints against Nikola founder Trevor Milton.
Life Monitor. Walter Bloomberg saying from Kudlow, numbers aren't right on Democrat stimulus proposal. They're gonna have to work on it a little bit. I don't know. They're supposed to talk to the media about it today, so I think that's bullish, but I don't think that Kudlow is a factor here. But you can see that the market's having a hard time continuing up. They're not quite getting the volume that the institutional players aren't coming in. NQ doesn't look good again. See, it's coming back up. I really think if they can. Okay, so there's a big offer there that they cleared quite handily too, by the way. Oh, the depth robot took a short there. Of course, he got one. So I'm noticing. So here's the thing: was at first with my depth robot was doing okay, which was not really what I expected. I kind of expected him to get faked out a lot and not do well. That was kind of what I was trying to prove with it. Now you can see how terrible it is. Look at that. Look at where it got in at. It's terrible. Absolutely terrible. How is it that bad? Right? Um, well, he's getting spoofed. He's getting spoofed now. So we could try flipping him around. I think he would do better if we flipped him around, but it would still be troublesome. So yeah. Anyways, I was just finding it interesting that at first it was random, but now it's turned into, yeah, it trades really poorly. Yeah, we could try inversing him. I think that he would do better if we inversed him, but he would probably still have trouble. Because right now the win rate is 40%. So when you factor in spread and everything else like that, I don't think that you're going to get 60% on the other side. You're probably going to, maybe we could get 45, which is still not going to be enough to like really do anything crazy. So are we seeing some scaling out here? I'm not seeing. I need to add this. Hold on. Cornflower and orange and okay. You must be talking in Q or something. Okay, yes. Dallas Fed President Robert Kaplan said he dissented at the central bank's September meeting so that future policymakers wouldn't be forced to keep rates near zero. So he's not even really saying anything that should. So there was a little bit when that all came out. I remember there was a little bit of, and when people realized that there was dissenters and stuff, we were wondering, is that moving the markets? Maybe. But their comments on all the people that dissented since then have shown that their reasons for dissenting were a bit more nuanced than that and didn't really have a whole lot to tell us about central bank policy. So by the way, they've tested the buyers a few times, but the buyers are adding down there, as far as I can tell. Well, I don't know about adding, but you see that it snaps back. Okay, so there's the depth short again. Is he gonna lose? I think he's gonna lose again. He might. Okay, maybe he'll actually get one this time. I mean, I do see the limit orders down there. I don't know. Okay. They went through a fairly large bid there too. Once they took that out, then it flipped around. Oh, Donald Trump, our First Amendment, our Great Second Amendment, our right to worship God, and so much more comes down to one vote on the court. Ted Cruz has a fantastic new book, One Vote Away, out today. It's the best book to read as we fight to confirm Amy Coney Barrett to the Supreme Court. Wow, Donald Trump promoting Ted Cruz's book? Is that allowed? I bet you a bunch of people are going to be upset about that. That's probably running afoul of some rule. It didn't have to take a profits or anything, huh? In this case, I think it's just random. I think it's just catching something random. By the way, Euro's still looking really strong today. I have to put up a chart of NQ on here, I guess, because these guys are starting to share a bunch of trades with NQ, and I have no clue what they're talking about. Okay. Azeri defense minister denies Turkish plane shot down Su-25 RIA. And Zero Edge asks, so nobody shot it down? It is kind of funny. I'm like, who did it then? Of course it was you. Okay, so now I'm getting some clicky click. Finally got a target. Ouch. Bear's getting insistent. A lot of orders getting in on that too. Where's it coming from? Well, I don't see any reason for it to move here. Like, I don't see any reason for it to be going for like the lows and stopping a bunch of, that sort of a thing. Somebody could be taking a trade off of something we don't know about. Overall, though, well, and the way that it crossed down through there is really odd. So let's see what they do if they're able to make it to the low of the regular session. Okay, now I see some shorts taking profits. It's a real crossover there. Okay. Hmm. So then don't tell me about other people's losses, please. Or that'll be a timeout too. Don't mention it ever again. Momentum definitely turned down. I don't know. I'm gonna try and write this out. I'm probably gonna be like, obviously, if so a fake account. So obviously, let's say, well, where can we hold it to? 31. And I don't know, man. Crude is getting pummeled. Is that what's doing it? But the dollar's still weak. Euro's still strong. Gold's coming down too. I don't know, man. I don't see anything for crude on here. Okay, well, they are kind of stopping a little bit there. I think that might just be like a little reprieve before they try and stop everybody out again. Okay. Pelosi and Mnuchin spoke this morning by phone at 9:30 for approximately 50 minutes. The two went over the provisions of the updated HEROES Act and agreed to speak again tomorrow. Looks like some money came in there, man. Like, I don't know what to think about that. I don't really have a way to explain what happened.
Luis Alarid says Kamal Harris throwing mud said that Trump is in debt $500 million to world leaders.
Doubt that's what happened. I mean, I doubt that had anything to do with why we're moving, but Kamala playing the attack dog job, I guess. Trump campaign releases 17 questions Joe Biden must answer in the debate. News Squawk wants to know which one gets a deal first, the stimulus deal or the UK EU free trade agreement? Oh boy. Oh man, what? I don't. Oh. Which way? What do you think, guys? I think that it'll be the stimulus still. I think it'll be the stimulus still. Never play with NQ. Don't tell me. Seriously. A lot of chatter. Digital money is coming soon. Amazon introduces paying for good with the wave of one. It'd be interesting if the when the Federal Reserve introduces its own digital currency. This whole thing about putting the money directly into people's wallets seems like a really crazy idea to me, though. Like, I don't think that people will take money seriously if the government just puts the money directly in their pocket, you know. Well, since we moved, it seems pretty, yeah, seems pretty choppy. Not really getting anywhere. I'm not really seeing like another change in cumulative delta. I'm not sure I understand. Well, there was some long volume that came in there, and some of that came off, but then almost double that down on the downside. And there's not like a news catalyst. If you had as much, I'm not, I told you. I don't want to be talking about other creators on our channel, okay? Certainly not people talking about them specifically. Yeah. You're okay, Uzi. I don't care. He's another guy with a channel that does combines and I don't know, has some risk management that I don't necessarily agree with, but Salim keeps coming in and telling me he's having a hard time. But then if you go and watch his channel, like Matt still claims to have made money that day. And anyways, I just don't care. I don't want the channel to be about attacking other creators. Like if they're having a hard time, then we could talk, or maybe there's certain things that we could help them with. But it's not like I'm doing awesome. I'm trading this sim and I'm getting all sorts of crazy shit happening, right? It's a rough game out there, bad days happen, yeah. I really can't explain this move down that we've had at all. This could turn into like a real bender of a down day, but I have no clue why it's doing it. Okay, well, I think that is my, that went way further than it should have. So, they're getting a really far tick. I don't know. Have you noticed that I caught one in the treasury and it was okay, but the E-mini in particular has just been really difficult. So I don't know. Um, I'm seeing people getting stopped out. Don't know if they can really push much further from here without a more significant pullback. But I don't know why it's dropping. It seems to me like that a sell like that is really weird without some sort of more significant uh, fundamental catalyst. No. Are these institutions building a position? Well, the thing is that the only point that I'll show you right here. If I pull this one over. So I haven't really seen big orders except for right in here. Right? So something happened here, but I don't know what. I could try doubling down on it, but I don't want to embarrass myself much more today. It's clearly not a day for me, right? Elon Musk says he won't take coronavirus vaccine and calls Bill Gates a knucklehead. Oh my. Hmm. Yeah, think about this for a second. I just don't under. Do you blush? No. Mm-hmm. What do you think? You think they're gonna reverse and recover now? Oh, the depth thing took a long time. That's interesting. He almost immediately got his winner too. I don't know. When it works, but when it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I guess when I look at the degree of the move and everything, I could explain this with just positions. It's a little unusual for the longs to stop where they did, especially considering that they had a pretty good fundamental news catalyst behind them. But it does look like the longs just got stopped out, and I don't know what really caused that. Hmm. It's just really interesting to me how, for a long time, we were doing absolutely amazing. And all of a sudden, it seems like we just can't catch a good win for the life of us. And I don't really feel like I'm doing anything all that different. Offers a tendency to been there all morning, fronting at 09 with 2 ticks up. Might pay off, though. Get weak knees when these indexes are cascading like that. Yeah. Yeah, the treasuries didn't really, well, the 5 year in particular didn't really do anything. 30 year is up there. I see. You're looking faded. I mean, I think that makes a lot of sense. Okay, there's a big order there at 28. And they shying away from. My Dom is going a little crazy. Well, at least it went down, so we got volatility. Yeah. It's a low risk for, I think so. Did you get filled then? They really bounced off of that big order down there. plenty of clearance to the downside after that 77 units bounce. I'll just turn you guys back on here. Aggressive raccoon attacks multiple news crews outside the White House. What the fuck? Well, maybe that's why the markets are down.
Vlad Stolyarov says it's dangerous market to be long.
Dangerous. Well, I feel like it's a dangerous market to be short because I was short and it didn't go. How many times did I do that? Short.
Vlad Stolyarov
News came
says
out,
dangerous.
I gave up. Like, yeah. Oh, I short twice, buy twice. They're all failures.
Uzi Knesset says DANAGEROUS tongue out.
It's like, how can you go from winning almost every trade for 3 months and then losing almost every trade? How does that work? Am I doing something different? I don't feel like I'm doing something different. The funny thing is when I look at my thing, it still looks like, okay, well, they stopped everybody out down at 33.27.
Vlad Stolyarov says I don't know.
So it's so weird, right? I suppose that the market can just flip and I'm out of sync
Weathering
with
says
it.
I am a bad omen. Vlad Stolyarov says best trades are on 30 minutes momentum.
I don't know.
Vlad Stolyarov says if momentum lost, expect surprises.
Anyways, it's really weird, right? I mean, I really want to be long right now, but I don't want to embarrass myself. Not only that, but I feel like I need to practice stopping. I guess I could give myself 5. So if I'm going to give myself 5, what do we do here? Well, I think I need to wait for it to be a little bit more balanced. Think they're going to come down and tag that guy at 28? And they're still fighting him. Ah. He actually pulled a little bit of it. I would sit here and I'm like, well, do I really have a reason to be taking a trade? But I do. I do have a reason to be taking a trade. It's really sketchy because I still don't know why they fell down quite the way that they did. If it was just a stop out because too many people were along, then we're really likely to bounce back up here. And frankly, even could go back up to the high again. But I really don't know. I feel really uncertain about everything. Well, we're getting large orders involved again. Eliza Shapiro. New York City's test positivity rate is over 3% today, tripled in the last few days. If we are at over 3% for the next 7 days, all public schools will automatically close. Oh. That could be a good reason to sell. Another 1,000-point drop in a day. It's possible if it's New York coronavirus that's really driving us lower, then there's no limit to how low they can go, right? Malarkey. Good grief. Just looking at some of these bets that markets for the debate that are out there. See, the thing is New York got hit the hardest, right? So if we're seeing a really high positivity rate in New York, then that really starts to concern me as well, because then that means that the winter really, the temperature really is an influential factor, and that it's going to spread a lot during the winter, and it could be very, very ugly. So yeah, I'm really concerned. I don't know if that's really why we moved, but I'm willing to add some here for fun. Igor says, "See you in hell." So does that mean he got along here? Well, he's been buying here. I don't know if that's. I don't know if that's he's gonna get out or what. So now we're on demo for a while here. Especially since the way we performed pretty poorly yesterday, we're performing pretty poorly today, so I'm not sure what's going on, why, but obviously in such a situation you've got to take your risk off until you figure it out, or it manages work. How do you manage work and trading? Well, I trade and then I stop trading and I go to work. Anyways, I don't know if it's these coronavirus concerns in New York, that makes a lot more sense to me. Like I can explain what's going on with that. Why would there be so much that dumped there? Long position dumped because of coronavirus concerns in New York. That makes way more sense. Is that I always see with one micro? Well, yeah. So like, if I'm loading up with 20 micro contracts like I am right now, it's probably not live, right? Because what I've been doing with that is I've been experimenting around with building positions with multiple contracts and so forth. Because I'm trying to play it a little bit more like the market maker was. Not that I think that I can be successful that way, but seems to help me understand why certain things happen where they do. It says 300,000 New York students back to school, right? But the whole thing here is that if the positivity rate reaches a certain point, then all the schools close back down again, and then the economy takes another hit, basically. So my depth trader just took a long there. First kid that sneezes is going to collapse all of New York. Yeah, oil not looking good at all, is it? And I'm not sure why oil is moving either. The crude traders haven't been saying much in there lately. We had a couple of them in there, and then they all disappeared. Because they lose the money and they stop trading. Which makes more sense than what we've been told. I don't know. How full stop out on the side either way. It went right to the level and turned. When it's been long, they've spent way more time. Okay, there they are touching the low again. Pretty tepid though. And some of contracts absorbing there even. Oof. That'd be way too scary to be buying at 26, man. I don't know. This could shake out before squeezing up. I don't know what it's going to do. Because I'm short, they're probably going to go up, right? Because I literally haven't gotten one right today. Yeah, Vlad says, of course. Yeah. I think you got a good excursion there. It touched the 26. Wouldn't be unreasonable for them to go down there again. Seems to me that not that many people actually have taken it down here. Oh, I take that back. There's been a lot of ads on the long side. There are a lot more longs to stop out than shorts, I tell you that much. Cleveland hunkers down. Tesla's Nevada Gigafactory has the country's highest coronavirus 19 case count since June. I don't know. I'm really starting to feel at this moment, for whatever reason, serious concern about coronavirus in the winter. It's probably going to touch 24. I have no clue what it's going to do, man. Normally, I've been pretty good. My targets and everything have not been bad, but it's really hard to explain or predict the direction that it's going today. There's been a lot of weird moves. There's been a lot of random new moves. There's been a lot of moves with really strong conviction and no real reasonable explanation for why they happen. I suspect that the market just got itself a little bit too long. But then why would they dump like that? Like they should just come back to the up and, and they careened through it. 2020, the first year, I'll be thankful we don't have winters. There you go. But does it get to like 60, 70 in Florida? How cold does it get in the winter in Florida? The white sounds like white rationalist is long. Hmm. See, now the news squawks are telling me coronavirus case numbers again. UK reports 7,143 cases on Tuesday versus the previous day, Monday, 4,044. That's bad too. Trump and Pfizer Kudlow. Figures show V-safe recovery is intact. Democrats' relief proposals might not be right. I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe it's a buy. They're sure trying hard. Oh my gosh, Sept. Yeah, it's not good, is it? Wow. It's almost time for us to go, so I guess we might as well call it admit defeat right there, huh? Why didn't you close? Because I don't care. I'm honestly, I just haven't been taking it very seriously because, I like, you just don't care. I can't explain why it's going what it's. Maybe that's why I'm doing so poorly. But to me, this looks like a really like it doesn't matter what I do, it's gonna go against me, and it's gonna go against me way further than it goes for me. You see how it's doing that? I guess on that last one they were about equal, but yeah, look at the average against versus for. A lot of these are I literally don't even get a tick on it, right? It's really bad. They're all sim orders, but how is it that bad, right? Especially since we went through like almost the whole summer and all of September basically couldn't lose. Yeah, okay, now we're gonna get user on this one. I have to do that. There we go. Anyways, so it does at times feel like it's literally just trading just against me, but I don't know any other way to explain what's going on other than that it's happened before where you've done really really well and then all of a sudden you start doing really really poorly. It trades against open positions, sure, but I don't actually have open positions, you know? Like none of this stuff is actually going out there. So, it can't be that. It can't be my impact on the market. If I was doing it, taking it long, then we could do that. But it's that hard resistance on the daily chart that spooks me. Um, so you're probably talking about this line on the upside here that they're not able to get above that. Sure. I mean, the thing is that they were just barely like there on this 48, just barely, like just a little bit more, and they couldn't do it for whatever reason, and then just completely dumped. It's not often that I get stuck in one like that either. So like, I don't know. I don't know what to do. I just kind of will sit and watch and develop new things and see if I can find something to kind of catch that better for me. Maybe they'll come. Maybe that's just pullback they're going to push down again. I don't really know. Well, if it's manipulation, then there's nothing we can do, right? We're going to lose either way. But if I'm trading it on sim, I should be able to counter that. It's not. I have been. In the past, we'd been working and it's been going very well, and not now all of a sudden it's not doing that. I don't get it. Mm-mm-mm-mm. How many people do you think sold it down there at the bottom? I don't know.
Block sell.
It's California. I don't know. It's a big order there at 33.30. Did I took one? Hold on. Where was it? Oh, yeah, that's right. I did try going long up there. Yeah, that's old news. U.S. Pelosi speaker says she's hopeful reaching agreement with Trump administration. That's been going now all morning. I don't know. Can't be it. Yeah, it might just be volatility here day before the debate and everything. We might just get this kind of nonsense for a while. We're gonna have to just bear with it. Day of the debate. It's the day of the debate. I mean, that yesterday was pretty bad too. Yeah. Some big iceberg at 24 in the 10-year. They didn't really let that come back very much at all, did they? Oh, I take that back. They did get down at. The heater is on. What the hell? Okay, well, I hate to disappoint you guys, but there's not really a whole lot, much more for me to say. I don't know what it's doing. What should we call today's video, man? Yes, you have to believe in God, gentlemen. Yeah, there you go. Stock market. Yeah, I like it, Lewis. Good, thank you. I don't know. Sometimes this is the thing is we got to be able to. If I was trading a life and I was really trading the way that I think I should be and I was doing well, I think we could have taken a winner off of the consumer sentiment news and hopefully we would have seen it coming off. I didn't really see a strong signal there for it to flip, but clearly somebody did and it turned. So maybe we would have gotten out break even on that. And then I don't know if you follow that one down or not, but overall, I think that I would be confused. Is confused the right way? I don't know. Frustrated. Frustrated is probably the better answer. Probably the better word. Frustrated. Just because you're going through it like it's like bad trade after bad trade. So we're gonna have to just admit that sometimes, can't explain what it's doing. Future of electric charge is not. I don't think that's why crude is selling off so hard today. But all right, I'm done. See you tomorrow, or see you tonight. In the meantime, stay profitable.